Namaste. What's up, people? As y'all can see, I'm having a another sit down with the Queena Swordz, one of my favorite occult people. How you doing, sister?
How you doing? How you doing? I'm
I am.
just I'm just enjoying the winter.
Oh man. Well, I was telling you earlier, it's like freezing here in Texas, like
Yeah.
28 degrees, and it's like what 56 in New York or whatever.
Yesterday, but today it was like in the morning it was like flourish.
Yeah.
Light snow, but then it stopped. So
Okay.
the temperature it keeps switching up.
Yeah. They fucking with the weather real hard, you know.
1 minute it's nice, the next minute it's
That's normal though for up north, right? Isn't it? Like right now, it should be cold in New York, right?
yeah, but 54, that's kind of weird
That's kind of warm, yeah,
for January.
yeah. We got ice storms here, and it's stretching all the way to Tennessee, I think.
I think we had snow in November and that was it. I think.
That's it. What do you do when there's weird? Like, do you just stay in the house?
I stay in the house, yeah, and the astral traveling, man, that's my thing.
That is your thing. It's like every day. I just came back from the astral realm. It was off the hook.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing. It's
And all
addictive.
these years, yeah, all these years, and
Yeah,
anyway, let me see who's
years of
Peace, Lenora Rice.
yeah.
She says it's 14 degrees. Konami, namaste. It is 14 degrees in Chicago. God damn.
Hmm.
Sheesh. Cold
40
all over. So
degrees.
you straight?
Yeah, I'm just fixing my laptop.
Okay.
Technology, I tell you.
What is that behind you? It says voodoo. What is that?
Yeah, that's the Marie. You asked me that one time. That's the Marie Lavar. Marie Lavar voodoo thing. You know, uh, Marie Lavar voodoo. House of Voodoo. Yeah, that's what it says. House of Voodoo. You can hear me? Did you freeze up? Uh oh, I think he froze. Uh oh. What happened?
Just went out.
I don't know. You could.
It just went out. Damn it. Peace and namaste, inner child. That's a name I haven't seen in a minute. Uh, what we're going to talk about today is the mindset, the occult mindset, and the mindset you should have in the beginning. A lot of people, a lot of people expect a lot of things as soon as they get started. They expect their magic to work like Harry Potter or any other fantasy show that show on TV, but it's not like
Oh, I think you're breaking up again.
what was the last thing you heard? Look like we're gonna have technical problems.
The last thing I heard was you saying a lot of people the beginning stage, something like that.
Oh, okay. I was saying that people expect magic to the occult to be like quick and like what they see on TV, and it's just not like that. So I was asking what you think about that particular subject, and in the beginning. what should someone expect when they're getting into the occult?
Well, from what I noticed in the beginning, what you expect is you gotta have to face your dark side. You're gonna have to face the side of you that you leave in the shadow, that you ignore. Because when you start dabbling, you end up meeting your dark side, your demons.
Yeah, yeah. A
So
lot of deprogramming.
what I notice about that is like when you go straight to the third eye, with no preparation, like you're not aware of what the third eye does, what it is when it's activated, then you get caught off guard. So I noticed that when you study occult, or when you're trying to open up the chakras, your third eye, you gotta at least start from the chakras, the lower chakras, so you could know what it means when you're off balance, how you're gonna act when you're off balance. So when you do get off balance, you aware of which chakra is, off balance, before dabbling. Like if you get scared, if you mess with the occult and you start to get scared. But if you're aware of what's going on and you study before you get into it, then you'll be more mentally prepared. That's what I noticed. You
Yeah.
know, um,
A lot of deprogramming has to happen,
yeah.
Especially like I said, people expect spells to work right away.
Hmm.
There's so much deprogramming that has to be done. And like you said, the third eye and working with that. How did you know when your third eye was open? What did you experience?
I noticed it was open when I started to hear beyond. They call it clear audience. That's what they want to call it, the fancy word. Hearing beyond the physical, that's when I noticed it was activated, but I always was open to the dream realm. So it could have been open from teenager because I always had dreams of what's gonna happen. Sometimes that will happen, and then
So you was
I
hearing stuff.
yeah, I heard beyond the physical.
That would have scared me. Shit.
And no, I'm not schizophrenic. No, so yeah, hearing beyond the physical, and that's how I knew in.
I
But
can't even pinpoint when I can. Yeah, I can. When I started studying Bobby and Azazel, and one day came home from work and I was asleep. I was in that in between stage, and then I heard this electricity in my third eye, and then next day I know I was on the foot of my bed and in my son's room, all
yeah,
three places at the exact same time.
wow.
Yeah, that's when I figured that out.
Yeah, so I noticed studying the occult is studying your mind, the how the mind works, the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. You
Yeah,
know, people, we have to be aware of the subconscious mind is what's creating the entire reality. And we're all not in the exact same reality, even though we connected, we're not in the exact same reality. Everybody's following their own reality. Create your own rules. So I think the mindset when it comes to the occult is creating your own rules, what works for you. But the programming is like our mind is like a computer. You know what I'm saying? Our mind is like a computer.
absolutely.
I look at it like that. Our mind is like a computer. So if you're trying to break a habit, you can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna stop smoking cigarettes. Oh, I'm gonna start um, having supernatural powers." Even though we have it, everybody is born with supernatural powers, but we are like programmed to not use it since birth. So if you're gonna tap into the occult and learn how to use your mind, you have to reprogram yourself. That's what I noticed. You have to reprogram yourself, your
Absolutely.
belief system, the belief system. So when you say things like I'm a spirit, you're not just saying it. You gotta know it. It's not
Yeah,
about, it's about knowing.
yeah. I think a lot of people are faking it till they make it when it comes to that because deprogramming it takes so long. You know what I mean? Because you got all these ideas about certain things that's been embedded in your brain since you were a child. So um, they got a lot of people saying that all I got to do is believe something and it's going to happen. I can manifest it, but it
Yeah,
doesn't happen that way.
yeah,
You know?
and it's funny. It's funny you said fake it till you make it. I mean, they have this law called the law of assumption, where it's like, how would you act if you're trying to manifest something? You're gonna act how you would act if you had it already.
Right.
And it's kind of like saying fake it till you make it. So
Uh-huh.
that's another way you could program yourself with believing what you're saying. You can't
Yeah.
just say it. But I notice if you move a certain way, eventually the subconscious mind thinks it's real.
Hmm. Yeah.
You see all these people play roles, and people believe that that's the role they play. It's the same thing. Like, eventually your subconscious mind gonna be like, oh, they're playing this role. Okay, let me bring this reality.
Right. Right. But I mean, you got so many phonies and fakes out there.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to that, I think there's just many levels of consciousness.
Yeah.
There's
Say
different levels.
it.
It depends on what the person is into. It's many levels of consciousness, but if you want to get deep into it, you got to face your dark side, all the all the trauma from the past. And because most people have trauma, so
Mhm.
a lot of people is afraid to explore the third eye because they get scared because of the programming. It could be religious programming, your parents
Right.
programming.
That's the biggest thing, though. I'm glad you said that. That's the biggest thing is that religious program. Because there's still things that I got to remind myself is just religious programming, you know? Because I was in that Catholic organization for years as a child.
Yeah, it's just religious program.
Yeah.
But the dark side could be, it's funny when you said the dark side. The dark side could mean anything. The dark side don't mean you're acting evil. The dark side could mean
Right.
a lot of
I like the
people
way you put that.
a lot of people think that's what you mean by face the dark side. Facing the dark side could mean um your father hit you when you was 5, punch you in your face or something.
Hmm.
And now you mad at all men. That's your dark side.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now you
Yeah. Absolutely.
now you ate women. That's your dark side.
Yeah.
I mean, people, it's not about acting evil. It's about the side of you that you don't want to face.
Shadow side.
Yeah, the
That's
shadows.
another way of saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could mean anything like that. It could mean you got abused. That could be your dark side. Um, your mom went through trauma while she was pregnant. That could be your dark side. Your trauma carries over from the parents. So
Or here's a great example. It sounds kind of gruesome, but it's a good example. Or somebody becomes either gay or a rapist because of sexual trauma they experienced in the past. You know what I mean? I've had people tell me that they became gay, and I'm not exaggerating, that they became gay because of previous sexual abuse.
oh yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah. Somebody told me that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that before. With females, you know, that's a part of being programmed. The subconscious mind programs so you think it's normal. Because if you do something, especially before 7, 8, you're automatically programmed.
Hmm. Yeah. I think we
The
have a question.
you know,
Oh, I like Imhotep said, join the dark side. We have cookies. I used to say that shit all the time. But inner child says, how do y'all explore the first eye? Can you answer that one?
you could explore the first eye by paying attention to your dreams.
Mm,
Pay attention to your dreams. That's a good way to explore. If you remember your dreams, that's great. You could write it down.
mhm.
And the dreams gives us messages. There's so many compartments with dreams. It could be a message, it could be a warning, it could be telling you how to move. The dreams tell you how to move. I noticed that. Like, if you're
Yeah.
going through problems, you might have a dream telling you, don't talk to this nigga, don't talk to yeah, or don't go there. So I think the dreams is a good way. Remembering the dreams is good.
And the old ancient way, meditation.
Yeah, that's a good way. A
Med-
lot of people don't like meditation. You can meditate as soon as you wake up while you're
that's the
still in
best
bed.
time. I think, in my opinion, that's like the best time to meditate is right when you wake up.
Yeah.
Especially if you had a lucid dream or an astral projection. That's the best time to do it. You know?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, that's a good time to do it. You could do it anytime. You could meditate while you're on the train. You don't
Right.
gotta
I
have
was
your
gonna
legs
say in
crossed.
Walmart or something. Yeah.
You don't gotta sit up straight with your legs crossed. It's not that serious.
You ain't gotta do that.
Yeah,
You can do it while you're in Walmart.
being aware of what's going on in your head, um, in your body. So that's one way. There's so many ways, but to me, that's like a number one way.
The number one way.
For me, yeah, write down the dreams. Pay attention to intuition when you get hunches.
Mm,
No such thing as a coincidence.
no, no.
Yeah.
I want to give this example too. When we talk about deprogramming,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't know if anyone out there who's watching this remembers this story, but there was a person who wanted to be a student of mine, right?
Yeah.
And we was video chatted a couple of times, and she wanted to spell. So this years ago, years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So she did the spell that I gave her, right? Because she wanted this guy. And after she did the spell, 15 minutes later, she called the guy.
Oh yeah.
He blocked her.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She was expecting instant results from that
Yeah.
spell. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? She got mad. She got upset. She left Facebook.
She
Didn't
left face.
talk to me ever again.
Really?
Yeah. So that instant manifestation, it does not apply with the occult. It really does not.
Yeah, that's what happened when you watch too much movies. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had stuff I've done manifest the same day, but it depends on what you're doing. Like if I was doing a spell from out of a book, the Alistair Crowley.
Which one?
You it's a where is it? I know I saw it somewhere. Yeah, this happens to be here, but this book, right?
Oh, the Goetia. That's the Goetia version I use.
Yeah, so it depends. I think if you're already like a kind of like a natural, like it's already
Right.
in you,
Right.
sometimes it could happen right away, but
Right.
certain things I had to reprogram myself. But when I tried this, it happened naturally without following all the directions. one of the one of the entities. You know, I was trying to reach out to one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, wow, it happened the same day.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was like a trickster, man. It was yes, yeah, yo, you know what I mean by that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Felt like it was. I mean, I got a trickster energy too, but damn, that shit was funny. Oh my god, I almost got in trouble, but I almost got in trouble. I'm telling you.
Did you follow all of the directions in the beginning of the book? Because
I didn't
that's
follow. I
too
didn't
much.
follow all the directions.
Yeah, that's too much for me.
I didn't follow all the direction, and it still worked,
It's
but
still work.
it was almost like it was like a trickster kind of thing going on.
Mm,
Like I had to be careful how I move the entire time. You know
mm,
how I'm
mhm.
moving with people. It's a long story about this, but some things I had to reprogram myself. Like how you can't just say we spiritual beings. Do you believe it?
Right.
Yeah, so I was going around saying, yeah, I'm a spirit, I'm a spirit.
I'm a
So
spirit having a human experience. Right.
yeah, I'm a spirit in a body, I'm a
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I had to convince myself, my human side had to be convinced, the you know what I mean? So I had to program myself. I mentioned to you about the astral projection.
Mhm.
Yeah, for you to astral project, you have to believe you're a spirit, not just a body. So even though I was going around saying, yeah, I'm a spirit, deep down, it's like a part of me was like, yeah, right.
Mhm. Right.
You can't jump off this building right now. I, yeah, you can't like appear over there, like the movie. But I
Yeah.
have to convince myself to do the astral projection. So I noticed that we're the programming. Even though I knew I was a spirit, I had to reprogram myself because when your program is in your blood,
Mm.
it's in the organs, everything. You can't just say I'm gonna quit cigarette, for example,
Right. Right.
because it's in your blood now. Your blood is like asking for the cigarette. It's all in your organs.
Yeah.
It's a program. So,
Um.
mhm. So like a computer, you have to reinstall a new programming.
Mm,
The
good.
subconscious mind got to be programmed with a new program that works for you.
Good analogy there.
Yeah, you got to update the program. Just
Lenora
mhm.
says deprogramming was hard. I cried and screamed. I know that's right. And Imhotep says, since African culture believed we are one with the universe, then is there really a dark side? Peace, Angelus Carter. We are doing great. And excellent point, Imhotep. That's an excellent point. Is there really a dark side?
The dark side is you liking guys and saying you like girls. The dark side is not something you. The dark side is not you're doing some evil. The dark side is a part of your character that you don't want to face. That you acting like it don't exist. Like you could be a thief or something. You could be you could be an undercover serial killer, but you're trying to act like you're not. You know what I mean? That's the dark side.
Excellent.
Everybody have one. Everybody have a dark side. Everybody have.
Exactly. You got to
Everybody.
balance that out. You got to
Yeah.
balance. It's about yin and yang.
Your dark side could mean your mom was on crack when you was little. That's your dark side.
Mm. Mhm.
I'm just giving you examples.
Yeah. Angela's asked, do you guys have any good hoodoo book recommendations or books about how to increase your magic? I get asked that a lot about how to increase your magic. And I'm gonna say it so that everybody can get it, because this is my personal answer to this question about how to increase your magic. It
Mm-hmm.
takes time, it takes patience, and it takes practice. You know what I'm saying? Experimentation, you know. And like Queena Swordz said earlier, unless you have a knack for it, like right away, like think of the movie The Craft. One of them was a natural witch, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best example I can get. But I like I said, it takes patience, it takes practice, you know.
You
And
know, Natural could mean anything. Natural could mean you were never programmed to believe in Jesus.
Mm,
You know what
right.
I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
because my family was Jehovah's Witness, but I naturally didn't give a fuck about none of that religious shit. Naturally. So I didn't have to reprogram myself because I wasn't programmed in the beginning. So I
Wow.
was very happy when I realized, oh shit, the whole thing was some fake mind control story. I wasn't like devastated like some people like, oh my God, it's fake. Really? Like I didn't go through that. So if you grew up, if you believe that whole Jesus is real and Christian and religion, and then you're trying to go straight to the occult,
Mhm.
then you're gonna scare yourself because you're gonna have a dark side. Your dark side is you believe Jesus is gonna burn you in hell.
Mhm.
You know?
Mhm. You got any hoodoo books? The one that comes to mind like right away is Denise Alvarado's The Voodoo Hoodoo Spellbook or Zora Neale Hurston's
I think I have
Of
no.
Wolves and Men. That's
Oh,
another good one.
a book that increase your spell. Most of them is probably on my Kindle.
That's fine. That's fine. Um,
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
thinking of some off the top
I'm
of my
not,
head.
I only do like one. I only do like a few, some kind of hoodoo magic, but I don't think I have any hoodoo books. But the hoodoo magic I do is the freezer thing, and if
The
I'm gonna
freezer,
do,
freezer spell. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, the Hoodoo Encyclopedia. I don't think they call it that, but it's a 5-volume set. Each volume is 1,000 pages, but
Mm-hmm.
that's $8,500 for that. Um,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, but I think all of them is based on a thought. All of them is based on your imagination and your visualization. If you're gonna do hoodoo, you're gonna have to have good imagination. You got to imagine what you want to happen, even if it's good or positive. If it's negative or positive, it got to be something that you imagine too.
Mm.
You could imagine it happening because the imagination is real to the subconscious mind.
Well, isn't that a part of programming too? A lot of people don't think imagination is anything. See what I mean?
And that's
Like,
a program.
exactly, exactly. A lot of people are deterred away from using their imagination when they become adults. They're steered clear away from that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes. Yeah, but the imagination is let me give you an example. They did a study where they put a bunch of people in a room
Mm-hmm.
and they told them to imagine you're exercising. And then they have a group that really did the exercise. And the one that wasn't the people that imagined that they were exercising, the body was moving, the inner self was reacting like they were exercising. The body was getting
Right.
toned out. The body got toned out because they visualized themselves exercising.
Right, right.
Or, yeah.
That's a good example because I don't think people realize that's the power of vision boards too. It's that visualization. And there are people who are actually can come down inches in weight from visualization. See what I'm saying? It's that
You could,
powerful.
you could visualize how you want your body to look. I mean,
Yeah.
So people got to know that the imagination is real to the subconscious mind. So whatever
Right.
you keep looking at, that's going to be your reality. Whatever you constantly look at is going to program you. So
Yeah.
I feel like we have control of what we look at, of what we see and hear.
Yeah.
We must have,
Absolutely.
because everything you could get programmed so easy.
Yeah. I mean, I can program myself to look like Denzel Washington, but I think I look better than that nigga. No, I'm just playing. I'm kidding.
I think I look better than Halle Berry. So
I'm kidding.
yeah,
I'm
man. Yeah, so the programming. So I'm telling you, I had to program myself to astral project.
And how was that?
Damn, that was a lot of work, man. I was like,
Have you mastered it?
I was like a real Capricorn, man. Like I kept playing the same thing in my ears with the tape recorder.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I would play it all day, or the whole day.
Well,
Anywhere I'm going, while I'm exercising is replaying. Everything while I'm cooking is replaying, replay until I became like a program. Until I became programmed, because that's how we're like a computer, like I say. So if you program yourself to have telepathic powers, it's gonna program for you to have telepathic powers because it's already in our genes already in the first place. You're just activating it, you could say, with the programming.
I got away from that because I don't know why, but that was something I used to do. As far as like binaural beats, I don't do it as much anymore, but I do meditate with it. But that's a great example of you using those programs to program yourself to astral project. Because
Yeah,
anyone
because a lot of
who's
people
friends with you, huh?
yeah, a lot of people use it to just get material things. I use it for the supernatural powers.
That's
You know
what's
what I
up.
mean?
Yeah,
I already got food, clothing, and shelter, so I
yeah.
don't need, so I do it to get more activated. That's what I use it for. Like, but it didn't take that long,
No,
but it took me like 10 years to remember. I tell you, no matter how much I study about the astral projection, it's a lot to learn. It
a
took me
lot.
like 10 years to realize that um, I didn't really program myself to astral project. I was already astral projecting. I just didn't remember.
Hmm. You know who
So
else did that?
astral projecting, we just don't remember. You
You
don't
know
have
who
to
else?
learn how to do it.
Me and Azazel Bay was having a conversation one day, and I asked him if he had yet mastered. I said, I'm still struggling with astral projecting. And he said he's been doing it for over 10 years and he was struggling doing it.
Yeah, yeah. You always learn something new. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, you always learn something new.
Yeah.
Because I've been through the paralyzed state. I've been through the dark shadows. You see dark shadows. I noticed the cat is a good um, assistant, from what I noticed with that. The cat.
Familiar.
Yeah, yeah, they're good at that. But I had to program myself. I made a breakthrough and I saw a black dog. That's when I made a breakthrough. I
So
kept
you
playing it in
saw.
my ears.
Uh-huh.
And then one day I just saw a dog in the dream. And then I tried it again, but I used liquor this time. Babaku Haitian rum. I don't know if y'all know about that.
Never heard of that. No.
Oh, that makes you tap in. I'm telling you. I drank some Haitian rum while I'm dancing to the drums. That's another way you can astral project.
Yeah.
From my experience, like if you keep dancing to drums, if something happens, it's like you jump out of your body after a while. It's
Wow.
like you go through a trance. If you keep doing it, it's like your energy get real high.
Okay.
Like that's another tactic I realize that I use. So
Hmm.
I had to reprogram myself, and if I want to manifest something now, it depends on how bad you want it. It don't depend. It's not like a movie where you go abracadabra. It
Right.
it depends on how bad you want it. That's how fast it's gonna manifest. So if you're emotionally like feeling how you would feel if you had it, it manifests faster too.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know.
I still, my all-time favorites, still do mantras. If I want something bad enough, I do
Yeah.
mantra. Peace to you, peace and blessings, moon feather. How
Hmm.
are you? Namaste. Um, and to everyone in the chat. But yeah, I know people who if they want like money, they'll chant. Say certain chants all day long, literally. You know what I mean? Some chants to get rich or to get money or blessings or whatever, you gotta chant like 125,000 times a day. You know what I mean? So I mean that's a lot, but there's different methods to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Somebody said something about somebody with Capricorn have astral and Virgo.
Oh, that's Tosh. Tosh said that is interesting that a Capricorn, a Virgo, and a Taurus have issues with astral projection. You think it's something to do with our Earth sign? That's a good point. That
Yeah,
makes
because I'm a
me,
Capricorn and I had to do a lot of work, man. A lot of work
it
because
could be,
you need emotions for real. You need it.
yeah,
And
it could be the earth sign, like she said. Like it's
I have
because
so much.
we're
Yeah.
grounded people, you know.
Yeah, and you have to play the role. But I realized about the programming. Like if you program, you could program yourself as soon as you wake up. That's what I noticed. And as soon as you have to be sleepy
Mhm.
to be hypnotized. You have to be. You notice the TV commercial comes on. You in a trance. You think you're not in a trance, but you are.
Right.
You're in alpha state. So you can't just say, I want something now. You got to be in a certain brain state. Your brain waves got to be in a certain state, like in a meditative state, while you're saying the affirmation.
The best, like you said, either delta state, which is a deep sleep state, or theta, a
Yeah.
theta state. You know what I mean? It's not going to work if you're constantly in a beta state, which is how we are right now, in the conscious, aware, awake state. You know what I'm saying?
And
But
and
that's a good point. I'm sorry.
yeah, the playing the role, I noticed that have a lot to do with it. This whole thing is like a stage. This whole world is like Hollywood. And
Yeah.
you gotta play a role. So let me give you an example. You don't want to work in the matrix. But if you're getting up every day to go to work, the subconscious mind gonna be like, okay, they're not really serious. Let me give them what they want. They keep getting up to go to work. So your subconscious mind gonna keep giving you that reality because you're playing the role of a worker. So I realized when you don't play the role, the reality shift. So I'm like, what the hell I'm going to work for? I'm a witch. The fuck I'm doing going to work? So I stopped playing the role. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I started playing the role of how I would play if I was really saying
Yeah.
what I am. And then I noticed my reality starting to change. So now it's like, no matter what, my reality is going to go how I want it to go because I'm playing that role.
Yeah.
I'm not, so if I get up and start going to work for 9 to 5, the subconscious is going to be like, but I thought you said
Mhm.
you a witch. Why are you getting up every
How you
day?
doing it? Right.
Hey, what are you doing? The subconscious mind gonna give you how you move into, so you have to move like how you believe. You can't just say it, you gotta move like it. If you want to eat healthy, you gotta move like it. I'm just giving an example. It's the same
No,
with
no. Great example.
black magic. You gotta move like it's working.
Mm.
Like
Black
you
man.
like
That's
move like it's working. Like in your
yeah.
imagination.
I like this question. How can you tell the difference? And this Moonfed is asking this question. How can you tell the difference from dreaming and an astral projection experience? I'm gonna let you go first because my answers might be different from yours. So
Me first. Yes, I could I could tell the difference because I've been practicing on and off. I'm not going to say I'm a pro, but because there's a lot to learn. I've been practicing on and off for like 10, 11 years now, and I could tell the difference. But a lot of people don't go to that realm all the time. But yeah, the difference with what was it, the dream and the astral projection, right?
right,
The
right.
astral projection, the reality looked exactly like this one, but a little bit different. Like, like I remember when I astral project, it's like the room looked more darker, even though I had candles lit.
Mhm.
It looked like it didn't have. It looked like it was like a different tone.
Mhm.
And or when or I astral project and I could see like the unk on my wall, like real close range, and it looked like a giant because I'm guessing my astral self is going through the wall, right?
Right, right, right.
Or I'll see a cat across the hall in neighborhood, somebody neighbor, or
Mhm.
I'll go in somebody's apartment and I'll hide when I hear them come in. Like I know when you could tell the difference, but
Right.
sometimes I don't know which street I'm on. And then sometimes you'll end up in another dimension, which is like kind of like above it.
Mhm.
So you're not always in this realm all the time. There's other realms, levels. So you might go in the realm that look exactly like this, or you might go in the realm that's away from this realm. You know what I mean? It's different. There's different realms, so you're not always gonna be in the realm where you're sleeping it. Your spirit might go another total different dimension. It's not gonna always go in the dimension where your body is laying at, and you're gonna know because you're not gonna see yourself laying there. That's what I noticed. And I don't think, you know how they call it dream. I think you're always traveling no matter what you're doing. It's
Yeah.
very tricky. They call it a dream, but I feel like you're really there. They
Yep.
just trying to make it sound like it's nothing, like, oh, it's just a dream, but your spirit is traveling somewhere. But you could be conscious of it and direct your spirit where you want to go.
For me, is when I dream every night,
Mhm.
because I take certain supplements to help me dream. But astral projection, for me, everything is more real than real. And I'm very lucid in the way I think, and the colors are just brighter, and I can see on all sides at once. I know that
Yeah.
sounds weird, but yeah,
No,
for me, it's a definite difference. You can feel, you can taste, you can smell. It's definitely more real than real. That's how I know.
yeah, I agree. It's so many compartments. It's like
Mm,
so many dimensions. It's like eternity, I think.
mm,
Because if I notice too, guys, there's a mental realm where everything you think of appears in front of you. And that's totally different from the other realms I've been in. But I've been in a realm where I would say ocean, and then a big giant ocean will appear in front of me.
mm,
But you could tell I'm creating it.
right.
But
Mm,
I tried it out and I said, I said ocean, and the ocean appeared, and I'm like, wow, it's like all in my head. But it was real. It was really in front of me. So, and I found out from a book I have that it's called the mental realm. They actually have a realm called the mental realm.
So what she's talking about, let me, if I can interrupt you for just a second. What she's talking about is the ancients believe we had seven bodies. This physical body is the most dense one. Above that is the etheric, then the astral, and I think the mental, then the spirit. There's like seven different layers. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that
There's different layers. Yeah, there's definitely different layers. But
mhm,
yeah, it is. They have the emotional realm.
that's another one. Right. Right.
Yeah, then they have the realm where all your secrets at that you don't want to face. That's the basement. That's like the you ever seen like a basement that you don't want to go to, or
Yeah.
that's like a side you're not ready to face yet. Some dark memory you have from somebody
Right.
punch you in your face and you just buried that memory somewhere. I noticed that, and yeah, and it's almost like a test, these dreams.
Mm,
And you could use the dreams as a testing ground so you don't end up coming back again too.
right. Right. Absolutely.
But the occult is all about having a mindset. Like I say, playing the role do have a lot to do with it because the subconscious mind is watching you to see what role you playing. They talk about it all the time. It's in the 48 laws of power.
Mm,
It's a fact. If I go outside right now and say I'm an FBI and pull out a fake badge, people are gonna fall for it. I mean, it depends on how good I'm playing the role.
right. Right.
That's why magic is on some levels because the subconscious mind is gonna create it for you, based on the
Exactly.
role you're seeing. Yeah.
Excellent point. Excellent.
It's not just going by belief, it's going by the role you're playing. So I always tell people, even if you want to attract something, change the role you're playing to attract it. Because you can't say you want to attract something with the same old programming role you're playing. That's impossible. You're going to keep
Right.
getting the same reality.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed. So
Mm,
I tried it. I was like, the only way my landlord could fuck with me is if I leave. If I say I'm leaving, Nobody else can tell me how my reality gonna be, and that's how I be moving. Like you can't let nobody tell you how your reality is going to be.
That's an
Create your.
excellent, excellent point. So what you're doing is programming your subconscious and superconscious minds. I think Azazel has spoken about this in depth in
Yeah,
his.
subconscious mind. Yeah, you know what I realized too, because our subconscious mind, right, is taking directions from the conscious mind. But you could make you could allow your subconscious mind to take directions from the super conscious mind instead of
Right,
the.
right.
And you gotta be like a master to get on that. Like, that's like a master, because there's so many distractions down here. You can't get distracted if you being on that master level. You can't be too distracted because the distraction is the programming. You
Right.
notice that matrix.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you, what do you do like when you lucid dream? We had a discussion, me and you, about the stuff that you do when you free yourself, when you know that you're dreaming.
What I'll do is I'll start looking around. I'll do all kind of stuff. I'll go in people apartments.
Mhm.
I'll see if I could fly. I'll ask people what year is this.
I fly a lot. I love being up in the air. I haven't
Yeah, this lady told me the year, and I'm like, what? I was like in some back in the day shit.
really,
Yeah, she said like I don't remember, 1846, something like I'm like, what? I was
really.
like, what year is this? What year is this? And she said some crazy shit. I be doing that when I realize I'm dreaming. I try to control what I'm doing. But that's different from astral projection, I realize, because astral projection is when you consciously say, I'm gonna come out my body on Tuesday and I'm gonna make sure I go in with this mission. And it happened on that day. You
Right.
consciously go in a realm. But lucid is when you're already in la la land and then you realize, oh shit.
That's exactly how it happens. Like, oh shit. And
You wake up.
I had a phrase that I would say to myself.
Yes.
It was real simple. I would say it all during the day. I would say, I am on the astral realm. I would just keep repeating it in my
Oh,
mind. And
yes.
so when I sleep, it would start, I would say, oh shit, I'm dreaming. And then I start flying and all kind of other shit that I ain't gonna say on here. But we talked about that.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm telling you, y'all, you would think I'm a hoe.
We just spoke about this too.
No, I don't want to sound too crazy, but yeah, man, I'm telling you, like I'll do that sometimes, man. Anybody would, anybody.
Yeah,
But yeah, the sex energy in the astral realm is way more intense compared to.
it is.
I think it's because there's no body, but the playing the
Straight
role, the
energy.
playing the role have a lot to do with it, man. They so slick. They got people playing this role. Let me give you another example about playing the role. If you notice in movies, right?
Mhm.
If the person played a role real good, you start crying. You notice it. You feel teary eyed if you're watching a movie because they played the role so good. You think this shit is real and it's not. That's the power of the subconscious mind.
Mm. Good
If you
example.
if you play the role with it, if you play the role of what you're trying to manifest, it will manifest because your entire reality is like your projection is like a movie. I remember
Hey,
Azazel said something like that once.
that is a great example. Great, the way you put that. You know,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, because yeah, and we have free will, and
but we also had a conversation about schizophrenia.
oh yes, schizophrenia.
Yeah, and for one, it's really high in the so-called Black community. And we were saying that they suppress that part of us, tell us that we crazy. Like if you're clairaudient, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah, yeah. I really believe that. I've heard stories how shamans will welcome a person that have schizophrenic because they are aware that anybody that have schizophrenic is really, it really means their third eye is open. They just need to balance and know how to hound their skills. That's what it means to be schizophrenic. It means your
Right.
third eye wide open, but you didn't deal with your lower self, so you just went straight to spiritual realm, and it's gonna make you feel like you're gonna get off balance because you went to college and skipped the entire first to 10th grade. You went straight to college, and you have a first grade. I'm just using that as an example.
No, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
So you're not going to be able to handle all that info and the activities of a third eye being open because you don't know nothing about it. So if you hear a voice or you tapping in different dimensions, you're going to think something wrong with you because there's no education.
Right. Right.
So I
Go ahead.
feel like I feel like people that believe that they're schizophrenic or bipolar, which a lot of people have, they should know how to balance themselves by learning about the chakra, knowing who you are and how the powers work. So you'll be able to balance that because it's all about facing yourself. But
Absolutely.
but me personally, I don't think people that have schizophrenic is crazy. I just think they have their third eye open.
Yeah. Yeah. Moonfeather asks, what switches in the brain or subconscious that suddenly makes you remember that you're dreaming?
It could be that you notice that the clock not ticking, or um you notice that the person look like an alien and they're not supposed to look like. It could be anything. You
Yeah.
you notice that your feet look like a monster feet, and you like, hold up, that's not how my feet's supposed to look.
Right.
Or let me give you an example. I remember I looked in the mirror and I didn't see a reflection. I'm like, oh shit, what the hell? Okay.
Yeah, it can, just like she said, it's called, the term is called becoming lucid. And I remember one time, as an example, I looked up into the sky and it was two moons like right next to each other, looking like that, look like red eyes looking down at me. Like, oh shit, I'm dreaming. You know what I mean? So it's just, the term is called becoming lucid. Can
Yeah,
be,
or this is another trick too, where you could, while you're awake, you could go around and go, "Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming?" If you hear something fall, you go, "Am I dreaming?" And it would
or
carry over to the dream world if you keep repeating that all day.
right.
Like if I drop something, I'll go, "Am I dreaming?"
Yeah, yeah.
You
Just
keep
like
practicing.
the classic method is to look at your hands all during the day. Say,
Yeah,
am I dreaming, or is this a dream? And yeah, just like she said, you do that constantly throughout the day. Eventually, subconscious mind is gonna be like, okay, yeah, you are dreaming. See what I'm
and it's
saying?
like a repetition. You program yourself to remember by doing that. We keep saying programming. That's another way you can remember your dream. You keep saying over and over, "I remember my dream. I remember my dream. I remember my dream." You keep repeating it while you're sleepy or high, whatever it is.
Wow.
That's what I be doing, and I be tapping in. Yo, I don't be smoking just to smoke like people. I be tapping in because you could use alcohol to tap in. Instead of just drinking the alcohol to get drunk, you could drink the alcohol to learn how to astral project because it's like the alcohol open you up. But that's not for everybody. You find what works for you.
Yeah, Bobby was a big proponent of using. He did it during his lectures. He would be taking shots and shit.
I'm telling you, it's possible because I've done it. I've done mirror magic with the liquor, and I tapped in with the mirror magic, mirror gazing, whatever you call it.
Crying.
But the dreams, remembering your dreams, I think is important because you could be going through a lot in life, and your dreams will give you the answer how to move. It would tell you, okay, this is not what you should be doing right now. You shouldn't move right now. You should stay where you at. Like, shows you all kind of things.
Absolutely. What about water?
Oh yeah, the water, and the water. our body is made out of 70-80% water.
Mhm.
So I find that's another way I program myself to, with my how want my reality to be. You can program yourself with the water because your body is made up of water.
Wow.
80% they say, right? I think it's more.
It's
But
it's about 80%. Yeah.
yeah, it's the same. It's the same with blood magic. I know you guys know about blood magic if you're familiar with occult blood magic. Let me get to blood magic real quick. With blood magic, it's kind of the same as water,
Mhm.
because whatever you keep thinking, the words information is in the blood. So you could put a message in your blood and use the blood for magic, because
Wow.
the information is going to be in the blood. What you're thinking is in the blood because the blood is water also. So if you keep thinking, I am strong and healthy, for example, it could be anything. The cells is going to be hearing that I am strong and healthy. I am strong and healthy. If you keep saying I have money flowing into my life right now, whatever it is you're saying, the body is going to be taking orders, and then the reality is going to give you what you're saying. But so you could program yourself by saying affirmations. Because when there's studies on YouTube with doctors, they put words on the glass. They'll put love, or they'll put hate. And you notice the glass with the hate, the water will get real nasty. And then the water that says love, the water will look healthy because they have the words love on it. So that shows you right there that words are frequency, and it's not just a thing, it's an actual, I don't know, living thing. Because it's
Reading Garcia. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
almost like words are conscious. So if you're saying love, your blood is going to be filled with love. If you're always talking hatred, your body's going to be all toxic.
Mm.
So you got to say good words to yourself in your mind, you know because the water in your body is going to be, the water and the blood is going to be like following orders. You know what I mean? You froze? Did you freeze? It looked like you did. Uh-oh. Are you there? Mm. You there? Oh shit. Yeah, I
Um,
don't know what happened. You was gone for
yeah.
like it's
I think it might be this ice storm that's fucking with my internet.
Is that bad out there? It was
It's
only it was like for like a minute, I can say.
yeah, yeah, but it's it's ridiculous, ridiculously cold. So, um, I was going to ask you, did you ever see Vampire Magic with Azazel?
Mm, I don't think so. Is it on YouTube?
No, no, that's one of his old lectures. It's one of his classic ones, and he got an actual vampire on there. Um, this is the video I always say I only needed to see that one time. Um, where she's bloodletting is what she's called. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, I just need to let you see it, and then you can tell me your thoughts afterwards. But
Yeah, because the blood, I'm telling you, the blood have information. I spoke about this probably like 10 years ago on Miss Blue show a while back. They asked me about the blood magic, and I noticed that whatever you thinking is gonna be in the blood. So
mhm.
all I gotta do is think a certain thought for like a few days, put the blood on the whatever I'm putting the magic on, and it's gonna be like on it, because the blood is like a, I don't know, it's more than what they say it is.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
way more than what they say it is. The blood is like, if you was to drink somebody blood, I'm not saying I would, I'm just saying if you was supposed to, you will
um,
get you will get all their information, whatever powers they got would be transferred to you. I mean, they have studies that show when people do surgery, they start doing the same thing the other person was doing. And that's facts. If you do surgery and you do organ implants, whatever, transplant, you might start doing something the other person was doing because the information is in the organs. So that's why it's so hard to reprogram ourselves, because the information is in the organ. It's almost like you got to take out the programming out of your organs.
Right. Greetings, Garcia. Sorry about me freezing, y'all. Moonfeather says, I need to try something except liquor. That makes me forget myself, then I pass out. Yeah.
When you talking about when it comes to dream?
No, I think she was talking about, to tap in. You know what I mean? We was talking about tapping in.
You could tap in with sex. I mean, but
definitely
like. I keep emphasizing that it have to be somebody you like, at least.
At the very least, somebody you like.
Everybody having sex with people they don't like, man. I don't know. Just body parts.
Body parts. I was waiting for you to say that. Oh man.
You want to remember the memories is mugwort. You remember your dream with mugwort?
Oh yeah, that's one of the most powerful herbs that you can take for
room pitch black. There's no lights on in the room. You could try that. No lights on. No lights. I noticed with lights on, it could interrupt certain things.
Mushrooms, magic mushrooms. You can do that. You know what I mean? You can use a meditation machine, which is what I use. Or, and I still want to do this, a flotation device.
Flotation device, okay.
Yeah, you know that a flotation chamber, I think is what it's called, where you're just like in the water and it's dark. You know what I mean? And just you and your thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's you see, if you can't be in a room by yourself, that's your dark side.
Yeah.
Some people can't be in a room by themselves.
Right.
In the darkness.
You have in case somebody wants to contact you or take your workshops, how would they contact you?
I have a website called swordofspells.com. My workshop is in Brooklyn, Spell Workshop.
So you actually give out spell workshops?
Yeah, on the weekends I'll help people manifest their spell. Like I will show the steps of how to manifest a spell, because people think it's just about doing affirmations. You have to do the whole role. You know what I mean? No, it's swords with an S.
Oh, swords of, okay.
No, it's SWORDOF. There's no Z.
Sword of Spells.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in the description box too.
Let me see. Yeah, that's it. And yeah, because I've helped people with spells before, like a couple of people. I don't do it often, but I notice if you move a certain way, the spells will manifest. You can't just say
affirmation.
You know what I mean? You can't just say affirmation or I want this person or whatever, and you still playing the same role, expecting everything to play out the same. It only plays out different when you change the role you play. It's just like a movie. But attracting money, people have a problem with that. That's connected to the sacral chakra. So if be more free spirit with your sex energy will help you attract money. It's connected.
And the conscious mind is the gateway.
Yeah, the conscious mind. The five senses is the gateway. The conscious, the gateway. So whatever you keep seeing, it's gonna be your reality.
Absolutely.
The timeline is your reality. Let's just put it like that. What is your timeline on Facebook? was using that as an example. You notice whatever you keep looking at becomes your timeline. It's the same thing with reality. Whatever
That's
you keep.
funny you brought that up because I was just complaining to somebody. I said, I can't go a day if I'm scrolling Facebook. I can't go a day without seeing a short or a reel with a sister shaking her ass. I said, I can't go a day without that happening. I'm like, what is that? I'm not looking at that constantly. I'm like, what is that?
The timeline, you ain't looking. Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
It's raining now.
No, it's crazy. But yeah, my workshop is in Brooklyn, man. Is at my studio here. I do it here in my studio. I got my little studio here. So I've been doing the workshop. I only have girls coming so far, but guys are welcome too. And what I do is I show people how to create spells, the right words to use when you're creating a spell. When you're doing affirmations, you have to talk in present tense, and you have to move like you got to move like it to attract. And I show people that, and I also do spells for people, but that I rather show people to do it themselves. But if you want me to do it for you, then I do that also, the spell. But
hey, y'all check her out at swordofspells.com.
yes,
Thanks
Brooklyn.
for joining me again. I know Moonfeather said Brooklyn in the house. Woo woo.
Yes, Brooklyn.
I've been in Brooklyn quite a few times, and I love it there. Too.
That's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool.
So hopefully we can do this again. Thank you for joining me as always. Did you have any? Of course, I'm going to put all your information in the description.
Yeah, if you guys want to come to Brooklyn workshop, or you could call me if you have any questions about the astral projection, the dream realm, or about spells, because I think I'm good at the spell thing. Like, yeah, I, I have a lot
Your
of.
cat is calling you.
Say it again.
Your cat is calling you.
Leave me alone. You heard him, huh?
All right, we're gonna get up out of here. Did you have any parting words for anyone who's looking?
No questions, right? Okay. Parting words is stop bitching and start witching.
There you go. That is Queena Swordz, y'all. Thanks for joining me, and thank y'all for attending. I will see y'all next time. I'm Magic Aqua, the one and only. And with that, we out of here. Peace.